All right, welcome back to Impulse Plays. I'm Ben Landers here, joined by the crazy Carl Winter. We're fresh back off of LobsterCon. How you doing, Carl?
I wouldn't say fresh, but I'm definitely back from LobsterCon. That is definitely a thing that happened.
Yeah, I guess it's technically a week ago, but I'm still riding the high. Usually these huge Magic events, I come out of it feeling burnt out on Magic, but
Right.
every time I've been to LobsterCon, I come out just wanting to play more pre-modern.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I feel the same way. Definitely.
Sweet. Well, all right, what are we battling today, Carl?
So today we've got your and now my buddy Matt's Angel McAngel Face, also known as the Solution, also known as Tempo, the blue, white, red deck thing that has lightning angels in it, which are pretty sweet. It's up on the screen for y'all to watch now. Its mana is atrocious, but its game plan's pretty strong. You've got meddling mages, you've got Mother of Runes, and mana leaks and counter spells protect those meddling mages.
Yeah.
You got some angels go over your
As
top of your opponent. It's great.
as far as bad mana bases go, though, Matt's is beautiful. These
It is.
beta signed basics, the shadow signatures from Doug and Mark are just spectacular.
Yeah, they're absolutely incredible. Yeah, we saw these in a match that Matt played against. Oh, who was playing Gators? I think it was Nate. Was playing five color Gators
Hmm.
earlier in the tournament, and it was really pretty. So, really nice to see
Yeah,
him
that's
back on
awesome.
camera again. Um, and he's going to be playing against my classic Feb. So it's a little bit different than the Hermit Feb folks might be used to, which uses the Hermit Druid. This one is just
Hmm.
looking to kill with Vara Shapeshifter, Phyrexian Devourer, and Tutor. Sometimes you'll do weird things where you like turn your Devourer into your Shapeshifter into a Devourer. You'll exile your library and then discard a Birds of Paradise and attack. I've never done that. Um,
That's so sweet.
yeah, it's sweet. I've just never done it before, so someday maybe.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, this is what I was gonna play at
That's all.
LobsterCon, and then I audibled into Hermits because I thought they were more powerful.
So this deck looks like you have a ton of protection, right? Three
Mm-hmm.
fiends, the full set of therapies, three duress.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out against Matt's Angels, who are also rocking just like a ton of relevant interaction against you, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
Mage, Bolt, and Plow all coming into play here.
Those are really unfortunate for me. Yeah, Mage on the cool thing though is like Mage on like survival sucks obviously, but I do have Gitu Slinger main
Hmm.
deck. I can do things like Intuition for Gitu Slinger, Unearth, and then I get a Gitu Slinger no matter what, and then I get to kill the
Hmm.
Mage, and then I get to play my survival and do all my things from there. Um, but I think I mean obviously the combo deck, but I'm playing a little bit more of a control
Right.
role in this match, whereas Matt's just gonna go straight up aggro disruption, things like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah,
So
try to get the game over as soon as the little attacking angels can.
exactly. So let's get into this match. We've got Crazy Carl on the right, which is me playing Classic Feb, and then you got Stable Matt on the left playing Angel Machingo Face.
Yeah, Matt, notably, notably very stable individual,
Yep.
despite being buddies with us.
Yeah, he's makes some
Yeah,
poor choices for
Matt,
sure, but
Matt actually former Pro Tour competitor. Matt's a great Magic player.
yes, he is. Yes, he is. Very, very skilled, very scary opponent. I played against him actually in a very similar matchup at the Rochester Royals Winter Ball. Shout out to the Rochester Royals for running such an amazing
Oh,
event
sweet.
again. We played in the last round. I was X2. I thought I had a shot at making top eight. Matt crushed me, and then he didn't make top eight either. So I wouldn't have made top eight. It was fine.
That's that'll happen.
Yeah, and I think we're playing this
It's
match in.
it's the win and not in. That is
Yeah.
we call that ninth on breakers. It's
Oh
a
no,
good time.
he came in like 12th or something like that. It wasn't even close. So I didn't feel as bad. I was like, oh man, I might have made top eight. That'd been so cool. No, no, not even a thing. But yeah, this
All
was
right.
round five at our 1K in March, and we're both playing a possible win and in. We're both on the bubble at X2, and looking to make that top eight. So we'll see how that works out. I start off with a land, no Birds
Sweet.
of Paradise, which is unfortunate,
Mm.
but I do have turn two survival, which is pretty good.
Oh yeah, getting that in underneath the ability to counter spell or mana leak is pretty spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Notably, there is that one of Miser's force spike in Matt's list, which
Love
I
it.
kind of love.
Yep.
Unfortunately, doesn't have it here.
Yep. You got to play a full four if you want to see it when you want it. But I'm a big fan of the
Well,
make them like just show them the thing and then like make
uh,
them freak out about it.
it's like I think Matt's looking at a hand of Bolt, Portent, Mage, trying to decide how he wants to sequence these. Opts for the portent.
He may not be familiar with what I mean, we've played this matchup before, but the lands I'm representing could be black green survival. If you know me well, it's not black green survival. It's definitely Feb, but he's also not sure
Right.
which type it is if that's the case. So,
Right. Like you don't know whether you should name Hermit, you don't know whether
mhm.
you should name
Yeah.
Shapeshifter or what the strategy is here. Well, I guess what do you name once survival's already on the table?
So it depends a lot on the lands that you have in play. So in the case of me playing Forest City of Brass, that indicates it's classic Feb or black green survival, either which case you want to name survival the fittest. Obviously, it doesn't do much
Hmm.
with here, but you could name Vara Shapeshifter to try and take me off the combo early. Against black green survival, you'd probably name Duress or Cabal Therapy. Those would both be pretty good to name. It stops the disruption from getting to you. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's very dependent on what you got in your hand. And Matt has a lot of spells. Well, not a lot, but he's got a decent number of spells. So I think actually naming Duress or Therapy wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, just like protect the interaction that you do have,
Mm-hmm.
because you've already missed your chance to name survival.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. If you see Forest, you almost certainly want to name Survival. You could also name Oath of Druids, depending again on the lands that are in play. But I'm going for a quick kill
Ooh,
here.
pitching the Palinchron.
Yep.
Yeah. Palinchron into Shapeshifter.
Yep. So Shapeshifter will enter as a Palinchron on my next turn if it resolves, and then it gets to untap all my lands, and then I can discard those squeeze to go get the Devourer and the Triskelion. If you're not familiar with how the Feb combo works, I'll put a card up here, I think maybe, and you'll see it. But
Hmm.
long story short, Vara Shapeshifter turns into a copy of whatever the top creature of your graveyard is. So if you turn it into a Phyrexian Devourer, you then exile a bunch of cards to make your Phyrexian Devourer Shapeshifter really big, puts a lot of 1/1 counters onto it, and then you change it into Triskelion. Typically, Triskelion just enters with 3/1 counters, but it still has the ability to remove counters to do damage. So you have a Triskelion with like 30 counters on it, and you throw a bunch of damage at your opponent, and they die.
That's interesting. Oh.
Yep.
Mana leaking the Shapeshifter. That was critical to being alive.
Yep. Unfortunately for him, I have an Unearth, which comes back as
Oh, immediately.
yeah. So it comes back as a Shapeshifter here. He does have a Lightning Bolt though, so I don't know if he knows how, the interaction here, but basically with the Shapeshifter in play, it's going to be a Palinchron until the Unearth finishes resolving, at which point it is now
So
a
you get your Palinchron trigger here, right?
I do. He could respond to the trigger by bolting. It looks like he didn't know that he could do that. He thought it was still a Palinchron.
Uh,
So I survival away. So that's a little bit of misstep on our part. I may not have given him a chance to respond, but he goes for the bolt now,
mm-hmm.
and that makes me have another creature to kill him. In this case,
Which
he's
you
tapped out.
unfortunately do face up, but
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So what I can do here is I can survival for the Devourer.
yeah, got it. So you're
Yeah.
saying there even right because you're tapped out there is an interaction point of
Yes.
right because Unearth is on top of like
The
even though
Palinchron.
it
Yeah.
came in as a Palinchron,
Yep.
you get the trigger to untap. With the trigger on the stack, Unearth does finish resolving, goes to
Mm-hmm.
the graveyard, so you're no longer a Palinchron. You're
Correct.
just this little shapeshifter,
Just a little
which
0/1.
can be killed before your lands untap, which would let you
Yes.
do all of this nonsense you're currently doing.
Exactly, exactly. So he could have interrupted me here, and then I would have probably won the next turn, possibly. It depends. I would get untap my lands. I still had two squeeze. So what I would have done in
Hmm.
that situation is I would have gone and got a bunch of Mesmeric Fiends, and then I would have just fiended his hand away and taken all of his stuff. So
Hmm.
I would have taken an extra turn, basically, is what it comes down to.
Interesting.
All right, I got a bunch of
Right, I guess with
assets.
double squee going, you can just recombo again
Exactly,
pretty
yeah.
easily.
Yeah. It is a little bit iffy because you only have one
Right.
shapeshifter left, but again, I've got 3
Hmm.
fiends I can go and get to just pick his hand apart and then be very safe with
Yeah.
my draws and plays and stuff. So it looks like I'm going on a mull of 5.
Mhm.
And I've got a
And
gloom. Interesting.
be interesting to know how stable Matt sideboarded here. He does have some good game in Furnace, Crypts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's got seals potentially for survivals that do sneak past
I like that
the
idea.
permission suite.
Yeah, survival being in play
Um,
is super important for that deck, so stopping it is really, really good.
mhm. What are your thoughts on blasts against your deck?
It's fine. It's not great. Like it shuts down the shapeshifter on the stack, but it's
Hmm.
really easy to finagle your way around it once the shapeshifter's in place. So it's really only good once it's on the stack. After that, it's not good anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, it looks like you don't have the survival. You did ice your land in the upkeep, but you had the second mana source anyway, and
Yeah.
no survival into play.
Oof, Lightning Angel comes down.
Wow. Just a tap hardcore tap out for angels is you better have it now.
Yeah, that ice was actually huge because I had the black source to cast Gloom on turn 3, but Matt was able to effectively time walk me and keep me off of the
Oh,
Gloom. So that Gloom would have made that Lightning Angel cost
tell
7.
me. Oh wow. Tell me about Gloom. What is how does Gloom read?
So Gloom is an enchantment that makes all white spells cost 3 more, and the activated abilities of all white enchantments cost 3 more. So it's mainly in the deck for replenish, but
Yeah, that seems brutal for replenish.
yeah, Matt catches a little bit of splash damage here from Gloom, or he would have if he had not iced my land. So the idea is it makes meddling mages cost 5, Swords of Plowshares cost 4. Y'all can do the math from here. It's 3 more for all those white spells. Oh, speaking of which, 5 mana meddling mage. That's
Oh,
a fair
5
rate.
mana meddling mage.
That's a fair rate for that card.
Yeah, that's a it's a pre-fire design amount of mana cost.
Yeah, no doubt. So these Glooms I have now are actually blackboarded thanks to Oro sending out of the Calgary Cabal. I sent
Oh,
out,
sick.
yeah, I got a care package in the mail from today of stuff I sent for him to be blackboarded, among which were a playset of these gorgeous 5th edition Glooms.
Yeah, I'm real excited to get my 7th edition Duresses
They
back.
look
Those are
great.
going to be so sweet.
I'm sad it's like a week and a half late. He's got them signed, but we'll see Pete Vendors again at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
Who's got the smother?
Yep, but I don't
On
have
the
the
survival mage. Yeah.
Got a wall, but the wall doesn't do anything. I don't cast the wall. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smother, notably can't kill Lightning Angel.
4 is in fact greater than 3.
That is a true statement.
All right. So the cool thing here is Matt does have seal cleansing. However, if he wants to use that seal cleansing, he has to pay 5 mana for it and then pay an additional 3 to activate it.
That's so gross.
It's really disgusting. Matt goes in. Yeah, he's just grabbing a counter spell here. He just needs to get a little bit of counter magic to close the game out.
Yeah, he's like, eventually you are going to hit that survival, and he's got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, I noticed I had a Wall of Roots in my hand, and I didn't cast it. And I was wondering why, and it was probably because I was hoping to draw survival and then use it for the survival.
Oh, yeah, looks like you have a bird and a wall now, so you're probably going to run something out.
Yeah, it looks like the bird's coming out, which is probably going to get bolted. No, you can just send the bolt upstairs. If he draws like a Fire Ice or something, you can just tap the bird and get him to kill.
Yeah, you're already right. You're down to 6 here. I think he's got a reflecting pool. That's bolt for the win.
Yep, looks like he's gonna just go for it. Yeah, there's not much I can do about it. 1, 2, 3, and then you have the second bolt. He does. All right, we go right on into game 3, where I did actually add a transition. That's weird. I didn't do it for the first 2 games. Good job, past Carl. But
then we don't question the ways of the crazy Carl.
It's true. It doesn't do much good.
We got the turn 1 bird this time. That's pretty spicy.
Yeah, that's really good, especially with the survival.
He's got the bolt.
Does he bolt the bird? He bolts the bird.
Bolt the bird. Yeah.
So this is an interesting decision point for me. So I can cast the survival, and if I do that, I open it up to a
like destruction effect.
Yeah, destruction effect. But I'm just saying, I'm just going for it.
So does it get better if you hold on to it? Like, I guess you can get like a activation off at least.
Exactly. It lets you get Oromancer, which lets you get it back. The thing is though, right now it's coming under counter magic. If I were to wait a turn, it would not. So I think that's probably why I jam it here, just taking the risk that he may have the disenchant effect, but if he does, then whatever.
Yeah, counter magic is one thing, but yeah, meddling mage. So this is another situation of like, man, if you didn't cast survival, he drops mage on survival. That puts you in a tight spot.
Yep, and he correctly names Vara's Shapeshifter here, which I think is a great choice because it shuts off my ability.
He's figured it out.
Kill him, yeah.
Well, you do have that unearth in hand, so
that's true. I do. Actually, what's kind of funny is that marker and that token are still in Boston because I lent them to
that specific Volrath Shapeshifter token.
Yes, that specific card was in a little case, and I brought it with me to Massachusetts. And when I was on camera, I'd cast a meddling mage. I'm like, oh, I need something to write down what my meddling mage is for. And the casters were like, oh, we have no idea what this mage is naming. Except I had come prepared and I had the dry erase token, and they were very excited about that. So I then told Nick, like, you guys just use them for the rest of the day. And I think they used them for 1 or 2 more matches. I think Javi Lugo played a meddling mage on camera later on. He was able to put out the counter. Also naming
That's cool.
Survival the Fittest, actually, when he did it. So good stuff.
Nice.
So Matt's
the
developing
right
his
thing to
mana.
name.
Yeah, it really is. Matt's developing his mana,
Yeah,
and
way
I'm just
to.
gonna be trying to get some creatures in my graveyard, get some survival activations going.
Mm-hmm.
So I think here what I
Yeah,
do
nice subtle
is,
subtle hint there, by the way, of like, oh yeah, my feature match that I had on camera.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
you gotta
good
still
job, Carl.
you gotta pitch it. Yeah, you gotta pitch it. And if you like, I did
Yeah,
a lot of
those
coverage on camera, so you can watch that as well. It's good stuff.
yeah, those should be coming out. I saw Duras Crew released on YouTube, like round one already, so
Yeah, yeah, they did.
it's good stuff.
Oh, we named Smother. Okay, that's a good choice.
Nice. Just trying to
So
keep these mages around.
yeah, so I'm off of Smother and I'm off of Shifter.
But you're just going over the top of these, right? Like you're just gonna
Yeah.
go get the combo pieces, gonna cast Unearth. You don't have a black mana source yet. That seems to
No.
be
Oh, I got Gitu Slinger. Oh no, I do have Black Source in my hand. I have a City of Brass. I've been holding on to it because of
okay.
the Fire Ices out of Matt.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just drop it and use it in the same turn.
Exactly, exactly. And then I can let it die if I want to its echo and then unearth it, which is pretty good value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't go for
Kill
2 squeeze. Interesting.
both mages.
Yeah. I could certainly do that. So going for the Slinger. Slinger is so good against meddling mages. Like obviously it kills one, but then it gets to block the second one. It's just great. Ooh, he's
Yeah,
got the
that seems
Seal
like a great.
Cleansing.
That seems like a great addition. That doesn't seem like it's in all of the lists.
It's not. It's typically it's sideboarded in Hermit Feb, but it's a pretty mainstay card of Classic Feb just because
Hmm.
you get wrecked by Meddling Mage so hard.
Yeah, that checks out. Oh, he does finally have the seal.
Yep, which is good for
Little bit,
him.
little bit good for him. A little bit late.
Just a smidge, yeah.
What do you go get here?
Oromancer.
Just
Yeah.
oh yeah, just get it right back.
Yep, it's a gray ogre that brings back your enchantment. And Matt's like, yep, you sure are allowed to do that.
Mhm. It looks like a hibernation in Matt's hand there.
That is pretty
That's an
spicy.
interesting one.
I like that, yeah. Because does it put him to hand or on top of life? I'm thinking of Harmonic Convergence. It puts him to the top of
Puts it
life.
in hand.
Yeah. But it brings back all those Birds of Paradises, all those Wall of Roots. Oh yeah, I'm just acting like, oh yeah, Survival of the Fittest is it's still in play. Like, it will be in play, just not right now.
That's a man who's playing with confidence. Like I'm just gonna
Exactly.
leave it in the zone that it will be in eventually.
Exactly.
Oh, the bees.
Yep, my plan is to cover Matt and Bees. This card is phenomenal. So Xantid Swarm's a 0/1 with flying. When you attack with
Hmm.
it, your opponent can't cast spells this turn. So you just get to do
Yeah.
whatever you want after you attack with the Xantid Swarm.
Hmm.
Notably, I played
Yeah,
it in Hermit Feb.
I'm
It's
never
not great.
I never enjoy staring down the bees as a historical blue mage for sure.
Yeah, when I'm on that side of the table, I don't like seeing it either.
Mhm. Yeah, it was also called out as an I don't know if you read the report from one of the guys that top aided on what's that deck called? The Tinker deck.
Devourer,
It
yeah.
was just like Devourer just calling out Xanad Swarm as an absolute all-star.
Yeah.
Which I totally believe.
Yep. No, I have a version of that deck built, and the Feb Cabal's and tinkering around with some tech, and it will involve Xantid Swarms in addition to some other cards. But
Yeah.
not quite ready for public consumption yet. But yeah,
Hmm.
definitely Xantid Swarm is
Do you
very powerful in these combo decks.
what do you take out for it? Like you're already running so much hand disruption.
What's funny is I had my sideboard matrix handy and I just threw it out. I had a little piece of paper that had all my sideboarding on it. I think what comes out are Mesmeric Fiends against this Angel McAngel face deck because they have lightning bolts, they have fire ices, plows, a lot of ways to interrupt that.
And just like get their piece back.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Matt's got a Phyrexian Furnace, so his hate pieces are coming through pretty well here. The problem is I already have
Yeah,
the Squee in
that's
my
timely.
hand.
He's got blanks other than that. Like he just drew that off the top.
Mm-hmm. This does buy him a smidgen of time. So Phyrexian Furnace can interrupt the Shapeshifter combo if you are dependent on using your Devourer survivaling away to get Triskelion. But if you have both the Triskelion and the survival in your Triskelion and Devourer in hand, the Furnace does nothing. So really what this is going to be useful for here.
And that's because you can just activate at instant speed,
exactly.
right?
And the activation is this card is part of the activation cost, so you don't get to really respond to it. Like you can, but not really.
Mhm.
So Matt could Furnace here to take out the Palinchron, which would be fine. I don't know if that's necessarily where he
You
wants
don't
to
really
be.
need Palancron, right?
No, but it basically just gives me a bunch of extra mana.
You're hitting him with the bees.
Yep. So bees keep him from being able to block, or not block, cast spells. Do I have the second creature in my
Hmm.
hand? I don't know
I
that I
don't.
do.
I mean, you have the squee, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on, like? I know you survivaled for the shapeshifter here. You
Hmm.
could have. You could have hit the squee to deny you like another creature to pitch.
Yeah. So as it turns out, I already had the Devourer in my hand, it looks like. So I just go to grab the Triskelion,
Oh, got it.
and then I do the things. Yeah.
You just got it too sealed up too many ways.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, looks like we're gonna get a little bit sideboard look here. So I bring in plows. Yeah, I like to bring in the removal against meddling mages. And yeah, there's just a lot of cards I bring against Matt's deck. Like he's got a lot going on that I do not want to see happen.
Mm-hmm.
Matt brings in a pair of hibernations. Oof.
A pair of hibernations, pair of sealed cleansings, and the graveyard hate,
Yep.
and a tutor for them. That makes sense.
Yep. Love it. Love it.
Didn't pan out in this game though. You're a little bit too fast.
Yeah, my draws were very good, and I had the mana to do the things I needed to do, and that's going to just be pretty tough to fight through, especially with that Xantid Swarm coming out.
Yeah, landing like sneaking that survival in on turn 2 ahead of meddling mage is just so powerful.
Yeah, if Matt had been a little more fortunate and hit a Seal Cleansing that turn, then that would have been pretty huge because I didn't have the mana to go get Oromancer, but the fact that he had to do it after the fact meant that I had the mana for Oromancer, and I was just able to kind of go from there.
Yeah. Well, sweet decks. We
Very
got to
much so.
see a lightning angel beating some face,
Which
which I
I
always
love
love
to
to
see.
see.
Yep.
Love that card.
So good.
Um, and you still got to take it home with all your bullshit combo shenanigans.
I
So,
did. I did. I forgot. So
congrats to you.
thank you. I'd forgotten how that match went. Now I remember. I obviously I won, but I actually bubbled out. I came in ninth for top 8, so I ended up missing on
Oh
top 8 for
no.
Unbreakers. Yeah,
Well, that's all right. When we run our event, that'll be a consolation prize, ninth place
exactly.
consolation, new thing to aim for.
Yeah. So it's actually good segue there. We have a charity 1K, potentially 2K, running on October 11th later this year. It's going to be here in Binghamton, New York. Proceeds are going to go to the food bank of the Southern Tier. We're going to have a pseudo raffle type of thing set up, and we're going to have speedy sandwiches and some giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Can't wait.
Yeah. So that information will be coming shortly, and I think we're gonna make a quick video out of it, or at least that's what Chris wants to do, and I don't see him doing it, so it's gonna be me doing it. So I guess I will make a video at some point.
The crew will produce a video.
They sure will. They sure will. But any final thoughts on the match, Ben, before we let the good people go?
No, great match. Well played.
Definitely.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. All right. So for Ben and myself, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.